way I know her is every time I've seen her is either involving a car, her driving a car, or her talking about some cars that she's on. So I think you're kind of into cars, aren't you?
Yeah, I've had quite a few, but every time I get one, something happens to it.
Load the Mac.
Huh?
Load the Mac, it's too high.
Oh, okay.
Alright, producer.
Yeah. Go on,
So my first ever car was like a little Kia Picanto. That was actually my favourite car I've ever had. And then I sold that, and I took a gap year, and I was a carer, so I made so much money. And then I bought an Audi.
Swear.
Yeah, so I had that in first year of uni, and Tiffany was about the story as well.
Yeah.
And
That's not good. I warned you about this as well.
I lent my car to someone, and then they.
You never mentioned she knew about it.
And then they wrote it off, basically. Like, they got in a Fed chase, and then the car like flipped.
It was a Fed chase?
Yeah. And the car flipped and rolled like 4 times. I've got pictures of it from the spinal.
Oh,
but yeah, the car was mashed up. There were 4 or 5 people in the car. And then they all ran away from like where the car was. And then the police arrived. And then I was told, you know It'd
Yeah.
I was living there. Someone like told me, oh, Mazz, your car's crashed. And I was like, nah, you're joking. And then they told me where, and I went there. And then the police were like, oh, is this your car? And I was in a bit of shock, so I was like, yeah, it's my car. And then they were asking, oh, were you the driver? And I was like, no, it was me. And then at that point, they arrested me because they thought I was the driver.
You got back?
Yeah.
You didn't mention it.
Nah.
I know you didn't mention it.
Yeah, because I walked out of Irby by a car, and I'm like, Mazz, why are you calling someone on your iPad?
Yeah.
And she goes, nah, like it's serious. And I'm going, what?
Yeah,
I was laughing because.
No way you got back.
So they cuffed me and like put me in the back of the car. Because that's the way they can take your phone off you by arresting you. Like they have the right to take it. So they took my phone off me, and I was like, and then I had to give them a password. Otherwise they'd press charges for like obstructing the police officer or whatever.
Oh
and then I actually took my hand out of the car, like in the back of the car, I took my hand out because they didn't do it tight enough, so I slipped my hand out. Yeah. And then he saw that and he got pissed and put my hand out.
That's
But
crazy.
yeah, and then I was really sick. I was proper ill that day, so I was like coughing. And then I said to him, I knocked on the window, I was like, yo, give me some water, please. I'm gonna be sick. And then he just took me in the car and like got me water. But yeah, not a nice experience.
That's crazy. I didn't know the full thing. I thought it was
So what happened after that? How did you get released?
So they found out who was actually driving. He turned himself in, and then they let me go. And I was like, yeah, thank you, did.
So
is this someone I know though?
Did you live in the village?
I didn't live in the village, but
I feel like everyone knew him in the village.
I knew a couple of your friends, but
no, I don't think you do.
Nah, he's not like a big like.
But after that, everyone knew about that, and then everyone knew Mazz's name. Like even like the last year, I met one of Tiffany's friends, and he was like, "Oh shit, I know you're Mazz." We were in the dog.
The dog.
No, the dog. Yeah.
Oh no, the dog. Oh, and they were like, "Oh, this is Mazz who like crashed a car."
Yeah, and I was like,
"Yeah, she's actually known for it."
And that was like a year and a half after it happened. And I was like, oh, okay.
like, why were they even in the Fed chase?
I don't know, because I don't think they were insured or like anything. And so like they saw police. The police, by the way, you know the police station is
near
like down there. Yeah, so they were going the same direction. The police weren't following them. Until they sped off, and then the police turned their sirens on, and then they just blew off the side of the.
Was the crash serious? Like, did they get serious injuries?
Yeah, I saw it was.
Yeah, someone went unconscious and stuff.
Yeah, someone got knocked out, and they had to pull him out of the car because he couldn't get out. So like 2 of them ran, and they saw that the third one hadn't got out of the car yet, and then so they had to go back and drag him out. And then he came to and drowned.
All for insurance.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was like, I loved that. I spent like 10 grand on it. Like I spent like about 8 on the car.
Was that the Audi?
Yeah.
The blue one, right?
No, it was black and red. It was S1. It was a competition.
Were you on some Bismillah insurance yourself?
No, I was fully legit. I paid for everything myself as well.
Oh.
So yeah,
It was them lot.
It's peak, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Did they have licenses?
Yeah, they had license, just no insurance. But that's like mine, 6 points, not even, and a fine.
Yeah, no, it's not worth your life. Like, just accept
and even the police was like telling me, like, seeing the wreckage from that car, they were like, I'm surprised that 4 people got out that alive, and I was like, yeah.
Damn, they must have crashed at speed.
Yeah, they were going around. You know Nixon, you go down the hill,
yeah,
and then on the left there's like one left turn to the police station,
yeah,
and there's like loads of trees there.
Yeah.
they crashed into that ditch and took like 3 trees out on the way.
Jesus.
And when they were driving the car out, I was watching. I was crying. I was like, I was in a.
I remember that.
What did your parents say after that? Like,
my parents, they were mad.
They were nice about it though.
The thing is, I paid for everything. I paid for the car insurance, tax, everything. So they were more mad. Like they were disappointed. They weren't like angry or anything, but they were like disappointed that I'd done that. But they were like, "Oh, it's your own problem. Like now you've got no car." And I was like,
yeah.
What did you tell them?
I just told them I gave someone my car and they crashed it. Obviously, I didn't tell them I got arrested because mum would. Then mum would flip out.
Your mum's never gonna watch this now.
Don't tell about this.
But yeah, I didn't tell them about that. I just told them my car's gone. Like, yeah.
Nah, she literally helped you out. She literally gave you her car afterwards, after she's done all of
We
this.
had like a little ding on that family when my mum gave me that. I was like, okay.
So those times I used to see with around 3 in your car,
The blue one.
just parked. What car was that?
That was the one my mum gave me. It was like a 2 grand little ding.
Oh, okay.
And then
you ain't giving that to no one now.
no, someone crashed into that one.
Oh God.
Like no, I was going down Norbury Road and then someone like pulled out to the side of me, and that one's written off. So that was a bad accident though. I had like whiplash for weeks.
Yeah.
I was in like pain. Like they put me on codeine and everything.
Jesus.
So now I've got a Golf GT Sport.
Oh, so that's a 4th car.
Yeah.
So you can't walk
Days.
anywhere. No buses for you, like.
I did for like when my blue car crashed. I had nothing. I had a great car.
Yeah, you've never ever walked to
I had a
uni.
shoe.
And
That
uni's
was
like
one-
a 10-minute walk from her house.
I just
What?
I just love driving. I love everything about driving like cars.
No, in uni, like having a car is like a different lifestyle.
It is.
Especially for guys, when you have a car in uni, it's like
Yeah.
you're top G, honestly.
Well,
Honestly, like, you're top G. So you came into uni with 1 car.
No, but you know what it is? I'm the oldest in my year, and I'm also a year behind. Not a year behind, but I 2 gap years. So like, I've been driving for like 5.
why'd you take 2 gap years?
No, 1 gap year.
Okay, yeah. How come?
So it's because of like COVID and things.
Mm.
Like I just didn't want to go to uni during COVID and pay 20 grand. Like,
Yeah, I get you. Yeah.
She told me she had a place. Was in Manchester
Yeah.
to do medicine.
Yeah, and you
I
didn't
did.
do. Yeah.
I was like, who's gonna pay 20 grand? And I asked them, and I was like, no, they can't. They said you can't study like online or anything from home. Like they said you have to come, even though uni's closed. I don't know, but they were like, no, you can't. So I said, fine, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna apply next year, but they won't. I didn't get placed next year. So,
So you want to do what, Leicester Med now?
nah. I'm gonna go into like computer science, AI stuff.
Oh, nice. What about you?
I don't know. I'm gonna do a gap year, do a bit of travelling, and then figure it
enough,
out
fair
because I'm
enough.
actually stressed about it. And everyone keeps asking me like.
Yeah.
Our course doesn't like really help you with like career options.
Do you feel like uni and society generally like pressures you to go into a career straight away, like before you're ready and stuff?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I think because most people do. Don't they?
Yeah.
Because most people did like internships, but we didn't really get the opportunity to do
Yeah, I
that.
feel like there's a lot of pressure just generally for everyone to just move 100 miles an hour, go do medicine.
Especially at
go
like
do
such a young
internship.
age. Like, how are you
Yeah,
gonna
like
know
we're only
what you
21,
want to do
22. Like,
the rest of your life?
I mean.
It's kind of like hard.
yeah.
Well, okay, you lot are about to leave and you've experienced it for like a few years. How do you feel about it?
But like uni,
Yeah.
I think like the experience itself, like living away from home, I feel like that's like kind of fun.
Yeah.
But the actual studying, especially this course, like you
It's
don't
so
need.
long but
Yeah, you actually don't need a degree
to do
to
anything.
whatever job
Yeah.
you want.
Yeah,
It's
it's,
kind of a scam.
when you realise it 2 years into uni.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I should have just done an apprenticeship or
Yeah.
something. Like,
I don't think people realise there are actually so many apprenticeships out there.
Yeah.
So many different courses.
Yeah, had I had the knowledge that I had now,
Yeah.
at like 16, 17, 100% wouldn't have gone to uni. I'd have still come for the motives.
Yeah.
100%.
And you can do that as well. So many.
Yeah.
I met so many people, even in like, you find people in Oxford, Cambridge, or Imperial, like they're just chilling there. They don't go uni there whatsoever. They just come for a few parties, and
That's
people
it.
know them for that. So
Yeah.
that experience is always there for you.
That's why, but like you can get that experience by just moving out of home. Like you can get that same experience. You don't have to like pay.
yeah, but
What,
uni's
50
just a
grand?
reason to do that, and it
Yeah,
just
I know.
makes sense. Like,
The thing is as well, I think if you get a job at a place like JD or Sports Direct, like so many people tell me, if you get a job where there's going to be like an 18, 19, 20-year-old,
Yeah.
you'll have access to all those same things. You'll get to mix and mingle with people of your like caliber, and
And you get paid as well.
you won't be missing out, honestly.
honestly, like my cousin when he was doing foundation training, he was telling me that kids working in like Sainsbury's and Morrison's were getting paid more than him. And I was thinking, I was like, how are you going to do 5-6 years of uni and then go on to be a doctor and not even get paid?
Yeah, the medicine pay scale was a scandal. It has to be.
It's too long as well.
It's true.
So what specialities like were you thinking like when you were doing that?
I would have probably I would have loved peds. Like, I've always like loved kids. Like I coach cricket to little kids.
You like old people as well, though. You so do.
All geriatrics, like one skill of the other skill of the other.
Yeah, I was considering pediatrics myself, and then
you used to do medicine there.
Why did you actually drop out of med? Like you literally had a place and everything.
And you were studying it. Was it just like?
It's just I thought there was just too much going on like in my mind at the time, like for me to continue with everything in a way. Like just first of all, you have to be very kind of organized and structured with everything to just get everything done at that point. But then I had so many like other ambitions at the time, which I just felt that like I couldn't really pursue at the same time with the med degree.
So what do you do now?
I do econ.
Anything else on the side? Any like side hustles?
Well, got a podcast here, and then TikTok, music, stuff like that. Like just I want to get into like more creative stuff, and I feel like platforms like these are just like the best way to get it out there.
The thing is, you ask about side hustles, isn't it? And this is one thing I guess I sort of knew coming into it. And one thing we discovered is even when we did one of our episodes with a group called Dark Arts Club, clothing brand, we met this guy called O'Neill. He started this clothing brand called Dark Arts Club based on heartbreak and stuff. And he started his first release and he had made 5 figures, which is at least £10,000. And he did this when he was in college at the age of 17, 18.
That's incredible.
That's crazy.
And you need to realise, like, I think he even studies business management.
You gotta have like the drive, you gotta have like the ambition. Like if you're not passionate about something, you're not gonna like go far.
Yeah, one thing I've noticed about uni is that a lot of people don't lack ambition. A lot of people don't really see a path beyond the degree.
That's why I think like I think starting school, like you need like help. Like school should help you like figure out what you actually want to do from like a young age. Then you can like see that path, and like, not just go to uni for a random like course.
But the thing that taught me with these people that we met, that we did a podcast with actually, is you can go uni and study business management or accounting, and the people that are lecturing you, the people that are teaching you, they've never actually worked in that field ever.
Some of them are just pure academics.
Yeah,
That's true.
And they can teach you, and you can come out and you can have all that knowledge. You're still not going to help you get a job. And these men managed to make 5 figures, and they continue to grow their business. Studying business, economic, finance degrees from people who have never made money in those fields.
And it's all theoretical. Like, how can you actually, get proper advice from someone who's never actually been in the field? I feel like uni back in the day, it was for people who actually wanted to get knowledge. People who actually cared about,
academics.
Furthering knowledge. Like think about
now it's
the
just
people,
about money.
the professors. They're passionate about the subject. Like, and I feel like it's just a lot of kids just come in just because either their parents think it's the best thing to do, or they just want to party. Like, there's no ambition.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I feel like the only like serious courses right now are like the ones you actually get a job out at the end, like law, business, engineering, like all of that. Right?
Yeah.
I think even with those though, like you're gonna come to find, because I've had friends who like are older than you. If you think you're older, I've got friends that are 24, 25, and they've left uni. Some even in their 30s. They did law. They can't get a job as a solicitor or barrister. They did engineering. They can't get a job as an engineer.
It's also about like who you know as well. Like if you've got like friends and family who like work in big companies like nepotism, you're gonna get a job.
But the thing is, that's so much more significant than just having a degree. It's so much more significant.
But I don't think it should be like that. I think it should be done on like your merit, like what you've done yourself and like your grades and stuff.
Because I think like there's so much demand to get into medicine, engineering, finance, whatever it is, but there's a crazy demand for like the jobs, and it's like if you get 100,000 people going into these courses, competing for like 2,000, 3,000 jobs.
Yes.
What are the other 95,000 people gonna do? Like
they're good.
Like, you know what I mean?
don't know, but how do you like fix that? Like, can you really make more jobs? Like, are there more jobs?
Actually, I
Just
saw
like
this
now.
this meme the other day. It was by this sort of Nigerian podcaster, and he made a joke that you go to school for 20 years, and the minute you graduate, you're done with school, the first thing you write is "I beg to apply," and the joke they made was that you come out after doing all that, and the first thing you're doing is begging. Like, why can't any of these people create jobs or create something, or start an industry, or do something with all that? Then sort of coming, they're still looking. I think things I've learned strange things. Like, one of the guys that was teaching us, he was like, a student made this sort of pump invention while he was a student, and he sold it to the NHS for like £1 billion. And he was like, a student saw this wheelchair and he realised that when the patient stands on the wheelchair, because of the centre balance, the wheelchair flips forward and it's actually a hazard for the patient. And they realised that, and they came together with their friends and they redesigned the wheelchairs, somehow doing some physics in them, and they sold that to the NHS. And that wheelchair, that pattern, they sold it for a couple million. And we don't have enough people that create or sort of like come up with their own ideas. It's too much regurgitation. That's the problem.
That's what my dad said. He was like, you'll never make money working for someone else. You gotta work for yourself and then make your own business.
Basically.
And I was like, I hear that. That's why like next year I'm hopefully gonna like study online and help him with his business because
What's your dad's business?
So he makes and sells like biscotti. I don't know if you know what that is.
Is it
It's like
I've
You
heard
know, like
of
the
that.
biscuits?
Wait, what?
it's like a biscuit. It's like Italian ones.
Is it
They're
like
like
the one?
twice as
Is that
big.
the one in the jar?
Yeah, they're kind of long. They got like chocolate chips and stuff in.
Oh,
like
okay.
nuts.
Why do I know that? What does it look like?
They're like just like long thin biscuits. Like they look like. Have you ever had like cake rusks? No, they're
I mean,
like.
I know where it is.
Is
It's
it
just-
like those chocolate fingers?
Nah,
Nah.
not quite. They're just like long biscuits, like twice big. But like everyone loves them. Like everyone where we live loves them. And like he like raised a lot of like over £1,000 for charity.
Oh, wow.
Just selling them, and then so now he's like started his own business. He's done like not branded packaging, like all the marketing. Now he wants me to like help him with TikTok and like social media and all that.
Mm.
So I've got to jump into that.
Tell him to let me know.
But yeah, I'm gonna help him with that soon.
You talk about like creative and stuff. We actually have we have a lot of ideas, but we have an idea to like make a short film, like a proper film that we can. It's honestly, it's pure theory, isn't it? But
Yeah.
it's theories with, we have the potential to do it because we've got equipment, we've got minds. Our producer here, Jordan, he studies film. I've probably seen hundreds of films myself. We've got a funny man comedian here. We've got, you know what I'm saying? We have people who've got cars. We feel like we've got so much potential, and we've got a little bit of resources that we thought one day we're just gonna make a short film and
So if you want to do so, then just go do it. Like
Yeah, I feel like once you get to a point where obviously this podcast etc. You know, gets pretty wide throughout the uni and other unis as well, because we've also shot in Nottingham as well, Nottingham Trent, in their library, and we probably saw some investment, some sort of funding at some point, I'm sure, for like some of these.
I know one of my
projects.
friends did a short like film thing, and they like raised money from like friends and family.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Like,
could.
had, like, a fundraising thing.
We could do some sort of fundraising for like a local charity or something.
And that's the next thing that I even thought, I think for a lot of students, is the smartest thing you can do is if you get any SFU, is just to like take £1,000 and invest it into something.
Of course,
Like,
yeah.
you
Because it's
could-
free loan, essentially.
I was thinking that like, never in your life, like people even conspiracy theorize about this. Like if you go into the bank and you want to start a business and you want to ask for a loan, they're not giving it to you. You want a mortgage, they're not giving it to you. But if you ask for student loan, it says in America, they'll give you that loan without running a background check. They're not running your finances. You want a $50,000 loan to go to useless university, get a useless degree. They'll give it to you like that.
It's a method, yeah. Like
It's a method. So
That's what my little brother did. He like
the
got
DME
his
lot,
loan.
they're rinsing it.
Nah, he went and bought like footballs, but like collector's ones, and then he went and sold them, and he bought them for cheap, and then like sold them. on,
Like,
he
if
got
you-
money.
But the simplest business method for anyone who wants to get into business essentially is buy something for something cheaper and sell it more expensively in smaller units. That's a first principle of business essentially.
I was telling him about that outside, and he thought it was fake. He was like,
it is fake, innit? Because all of them get rich quick schemes. People don't.
Nah, them ones, the ones on Instagram are fake.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
so
all
many
the
people
forex
have-
traders.
Yeah, I'm so tempted to click on it, but like,
Yeah,
then I'm
yeah,
thinking
like-
to myself, nah, this is
But
definitely
like
a scam.
when I was like 16, 17, like when I first saw them, like obviously you see like older people in suits
Yeah.
with the nice
Yeah, yeah.
cars.
On
and
holiday in
backgrounds
Dubai and
and-
shit.
Like I started thinking like maybe these lot like actually got something. And I started trying to do all this affiliate marketing and stuff. Like I feel like everyone's like probably tried. I don't know, either affiliate marketing, dropshipping, or Amazon associates. One of them. And like yeah, it'll work for the 1% of people who understand it. And it's like I think there's a lot more skill needed than it actually seems.
Yeah.
Even this, like, the reason I sort of went into deciding to do a podcast, I thought, as compared to so many other things you can do with social media, it's kind of more low maintenance in a way. So I thought it would be smarter and easier. But even this, like, the money you need, the time you need, the organization you need, trying to find people, it's difficult.
Yeah,
Find
thousands of
people
pounds
to
worth
go.
of equipment.
Like on
You know what
this
I mean?
table as we speak, we're talking thousands of pounds worth
Shit,
of
let me
equipment.
take it and run.
Honestly. And we know because he started a business, like a brick and mortar business. It was an events company.
Yeah,
pushed
last
to start. And he, like, I even think about it sometimes when I reflect, like the genius he had. Imagine he started an event. He didn't have to pay for the venue. They didn't have to throw any initial money into anything. All through the power of his networking and his waffling, talking, persuasional ability, he got a free event hiring. He got a free DJ, no upfront fee, and he was able to get like 100 and something people to turn up
Yeah,
on the first day
yeah.
through
Sophie's and
marketing in town somewhere like. And eventually the things fell through. It didn't work out. But to think like how hard like these men worked. It was him, a few of them, and a few others as well. And I saw them
6 of
going
us,
through the
yeah.
motion of
We'd
starting
have
this business.
meetings, we plan.
Yeah.
You know, we talk about marketing, videography, obviously done by producer Jordan, and
And
you
the thing is, that's why when I look at these get rich quick schemes and I see them, people don't realize how difficult it is to actually start some sort of a business or get money and then you get. I look at life like as a duality to everything. Like getting money is easy, but getting money is also hard. Like it's
You gotta work hard.
It's when you're sitting around thinking getting money is difficult, they don't see how easy it is. But it's when you're getting money, you don't see how hard it is. It's duality. Just
Kids
depends
these
on
days think it's easy, you
what
just get money
position.
like that. Like they see all these YouTubers and everything, but they don't see the hard work that goes into like behind it.
yeah, no one
what they
understands
don't
the life
see is
of a
that-
content creator. you
What
know?
they don't see is that for that one guy that's tried to get money or even get the job, to get the postgraduate job, for that one guy that got it, 9 other people have failed trying to do it. That's what people don't see. And so we're coming from a position where he actually had a business. And then that's what I'm saying, they made pure profit, no upfront investment. That's a scam by today's standards. But eventually things fell through, so we've come off a back.
No, but you know what though? Everything's like you're always gonna have something bad happen. Like when you start up a business, like you're always gonna have like that.
There's always
fall down.
challenges. There's
Yeah, you gotta
always-
pick yourself back up and keep going.
Yeah, essentially now, but I'm very happy that we did that because like I learned so much, like more. I learned more in that than I probably learned in like
Uni degree.
And you probably learn more about a business than most people will ever learn studying business management,
all their masters,
business
all their
entrepreneur,
PhDs,
accounting, all that waffle.
Like,
What
and
would you do if you started a business?
I don't know. I don't have any like passion for anything right now. I'm trying to think. I'd create something.
I can't lie. Right now, I think I could start like a car mod business.
A car one.
yeah, I've got a mate who does that in London.
Like I
People
like
pay a lot. You can get a car that costs maybe 5 bags and all the modifications, all the wraps, all the lights. That will cost you an additional 10, 15.
like on my own car right now.
You
Like
do that yourself, innit?
What did you do on the car that you modified before it crashed?
I stuck a spoiler on it. I changed out the headlights.
Yeah.
I changed the wheels, all 4 wheels. What else did I do? Changed the screen on the inside. I also did all of that on my new car as well. The Golf car.
How much did it cost you initially?
The car.
Yeah, the car and all of the additional
So
modifications.
the car cost me I think £8 or just below 7 something. And then the mods, like the wheels are the most expensive. They cost me a lot. And then but like it's all easy to do. People just don't think it's like easy to do. Like people will pay they'd rather pay someone else to do it.
You know what? Let me plug my boy. Car Labs UK. Anyone needs car modifications?
Like what type of stuff? What type of mods?
You have to check them
Can you
out.
give us a hint? What is it?
I'm not in that industry at all. Like, I don't really know.
He's got no experience, no license.
No, I'm just the guy who connect. I want to be that guy who connects people.
Yeah, that's what he does.
Yeah.
Like, I'd say I don't do much kind of deep analysis and get really into everything. But what I really want to do is just kind of create something. I've had ideas of apps, agencies, essentially, where you can connect people to the relevant people that you need. Like, for example, I do like a lot of promotional work.
Yeah.
So like anyone who's got like an events company, I'll promote that for them. Anyone who's got like any type of business they're doing. So it's a way of helping me as well as other people, and I feel good doing it because they're happy and I'm happy as well. So it's like equal exchange.
I think I met one of my boys back in uni, back in London actually, and what he was saying to me, he was like my older and he was a mentor to me, but he's only a year older. And he was saying too many people are getting that they do, obviously you've got to do your research, but they do too much research, they do way too much weight, and they're thinking about things too much. Even this, like, I was doing mad research and then I get stressed out. I do mad research, I get stressed out. And he just said, just do it, stop wasting time. After like 2 weeks, you did all your work. Just jump straight into it, feet first. And
great advice.
And I mean, we got there, we got this far, and we're doing better than I'd ever even imagine, to be fair.
Yeah, so many podcasts, like even big names, essentially, like because podcasting in general is becoming more difficult as people are not really doing long form content, and people's attention spans are really
5
getting.
seconds, you've got to do that shorts of
people people are so used to scrolling that no one can really watch a video for more than 2 minutes. Like even me, like when I go to a cinema and I have to watch something for 2 hours, I want to check my phone. That's what I mean.
I saw a TikTok the other day that explained that, and since then I've been trying to like force myself to like watch longer videos because I've actually noticed that I can't. I have to sit there and like flick. But
scrolling is terrible for the brain.
Or when I'm watching a film, I'll be like every 5 seconds.
I think that's crazy though, because I've always just looked at like there were times because on iPhones you get that notification your screen time, and I'd look and I see 7-8 hours on my phone. I'm like, that's crazy.
I don't even check my screen time. I know it's double digits. I just
at one point I had like 12-13 hours, so I just said, "Bun that, I'm gonna put my phone down," and so that's why I was never into TikTok. I never respected it. I thought it's quite kind of childish that you can't even go back and look for things or recall things. It's all like leave and go. So I thought it's rotting your brain, and doing this kind of showed me that that's kind of what you're up against, people that have no attention span. And it's crazy. It's crazy that we've even gotten like that. And now you have children. That's what people say, you've got children like 5-year-olds with phones. I didn't have a phone till I was 11.
And they'll be sat inside. Like we used to go outside and like play around, like ride our bikes around, play football in the street. You will not see kids doing that these days. Like even like little 3, 4, 5-year-olds, they're all sat watching like an iPad or like watching TV. But you just don't get that anymore. It's kind of sad when you think about it.
Yeah, so like, what do you think can be done about it?
Parents take their
don't give them a phone when they're like free, like
like it actually like bucks up your mental health as well. Like kids will be like really like self-conscious by the time they're like 12, 13. Like that's wrong.
And one thing that a lot of us guys don't really think about is the effect on image that maybe girls go through, because whenever I speak to girls, they always say that whenever they scroll through Instagram and stuff, it makes them feel bad. Like guys, when we do it, we just more time we do it for love. Yeah, we see famous people and stuff. We probably have it as well because you see how many. Like I see it because I don't follow, and this is why I'll hold my hands up and I'll tell the truth. Like I don't follow anyone on Instagram who isn't a person that I know. So I get a lot of sponsored posts, and I'll see who it's like, and you'll see something like a rapper, a footballer, or an actor, and you'll see 20, 30 different men. So I know a lot of these guys will be looking at somebody with
chains with money. Like he
Yeah.
was even making a joke like Real Madrid just copped that 16-year-old Brazilian Hendrix, and he's already on like 10 bags a week. We're 21 and we have no bread. We have no bread.
Yeah, I think for guys it's more finance, and you see guys who are appearing rich and feeling insecure with that, but girls it's always been.
That's the whole thing. Like guys will buy like a £2,000-3,000 coat, but then like not even have a job or anything.
Yeah.
Like how you walk around with a £2,000 coat, but you don't have a job? Like,
and it influences guys to do like you see so many people nowadays are doing fraud.
Yeah.
Like so many people are doing fraud.
Start selling drugs.
Believe that, like
No.
all to fund Canada Goose, Montclair. Everyone has a Montclair.
I never understood that. The most designer thing I've got is my
unrealistic.
Lightning McQueen Crocs, but
The whole designer culture is it's just almost like influenced by marketing. It's like it's all these rappers.
Indoctrinating young boys into thinking like you have to have this, and it's both genders really, because the boys will do it for the girls to impress the girls. The girls are all trying to look like Kylie Jenner and so on and so forth.
because they think that's what they see like. They see guys like liking their posts and stuff, and they think that for them to get liked and get the same amount of attention,
your value in society is only solely
dependent on social media.
that used to be
That's
me like
crazy.
back in like 10, 11, 12. And
Yeah,
then
that's the worst age for it.
Yeah, then I came uni and I grew up and I was like, wait, why am I trying to impress other people? And then I stopped and now.
Things is getting worse though, because I'd say, not to talk my own home, but I'd say we're more enlightened than that to feel. Because even today, I'll tell you the truth. When I was in first year uni, not even first year uni, I used to sort of think maybe I want to get into Jordans. I weren't really into it, but I thought maybe I should.
Yeah.
But then, because I learned a lot about the 21st century shoe industry, like you can't get a pair of Jordans, for example, in the shop. It's all online through StockX and all these resellers. And I even worked at JD. I found out that they might get 10 pairs of the new Jordan 4s, but they won't put them out. What they'll do is their manager will sell it directly to a reseller, or a reseller will come in. They'll leave their 4 pairs of Jordans they already bought from some other shops, and they'll go and buy another. Like, so I found this out, and then I'm thinking now I've got to wake up at 8 a.m. in the morning to buy these new pair of cool grade Jordan 11s. And I'm thinking like, what is my life going to be about if I'm doing all this for a pair of shoes?
You see
a joke.
You see people refreshing pages just to get clothes. I've never understood that, because it's like, why are you scheduling your entire life
they won't
just
let
for
you buy in the
clothes?
shop, like.
It's insane.
And there's a guy in our year who he was explaining to me, he's a reseller himself. He's got a bot online, and he tells me he pays like 2 bags a month plus an upfront fee just to pay for the bot to scour the website constantly. So when that 8 a.m. thing comes, he's bought all the shoes already, and you get guys who are waking up on time just to buy them pair of Jordans. And you think, and then once I saw and understood all of this, and I thought, you're doing all this just for a pair of shoes, just for a pair of designer coat, and you're going to the library. There's a guy that I know, he what's that clothing brand, Broken Planet. He's in the library, he's refreshing the website. He's not even studying, he's in the library refreshing, just to get a Broken Planet hoodie for like.
I don't even like them ones, they're not that nice.
And it's crazy, and you'll find out, StockX comes out and they say, we're not even gonna say anymore whether or not a shoe is authentic, because they found out they can't even prove it. Like that's how
you can fake them.
that's how fugazi the industry. The guy that makes the shoe at the factory, he will take the schematics and he'll take the materials and they'll just make it at his house. And then he'll just say, that's right, they call it an unauthorized.
Do you know what?
authentic.
I'd buy them ones.
And he'll sell that for retail price.
Now they'll sell it normal price to get more money.
Yeah, and the shame, the shame that comes with wearing unbranded stuff.
Honestly, you'll get bullied for it.
Remember
the
what?
My little brother does it with tag. Like, you bought a pair of
even school shoes, like, I don't know if you man had it, but in London we had like kickers on Wallaby.
Kickers.
If you didn't have that, you're finished. Like, people like, what are those like?
Yeah.
And you're thinking like, what, you're 11, 12, 13. if your parents can't buy you £120 black leather shoes, you're getting made fun of.
Yeah, you're getting bullied. Like.
That's how deep the social media was. And if you didn't have...
No, this was before social media took storm. This is like...
That's what it started.
Even at our age, social media was big. Like, we was getting phones at our age. Now, the younger generation is Generation Alpha, innit? Like, they're completely finished. But our age was there. The older generation, like millennials, they grew into it, and then Generation X or something like that. They learned it as adults. They learned it as adults, but our generation, we were born with it. And the thing is, if you didn't have like firm foundation, if you didn't have constitution in your heart, if you weren't like if you didn't have something to stand on your own 10 toes, your problem was eventually you'd get peer pressured into it, and you'd be one of these man going into uni with your Gucci sliders and it's just all SFE money, by the way. And you live in a council estate, you've got a bunch of design in your room, your mum's struggling. It's not one or two people, this is a lot of people you see, like, and you think
it's an epidemic.
What makes you a man is having design, and what makes you a girl is you've got to look a certain way, and that's
you've got. How do girls say it? It's about looking expensive or looking classy or.
Bro, I mean, I don't shit, like, you can't. Yeah, I walk around in my Crocs all day, like 24/7, my tracking.
And and I think what they don't realize is that guys don't even, or most guys, especially the ones probably not teenagers, but like most actual adult men don't like when a woman like does too much.
Men don't actually, because we look at it and you think like you're insecure. You're so insecure.
Oh, you see them girls with the big like massive caterpillar. And I'm looking like, what the hell?
I don't respect any of that.
So you just think like, imagine you're a mother and you're gonna raise your children to believe like, if you don't get Botox, if you don't go Turkey, like
but you know what? It's the same for guys.
Even being a man, like you think like most men, a lot of men are gonna go bald. A lot of men are gonna have widow's peak. Like even a man is getting bullied into. Like I saw this meme and it said, "What about a man is acceptable to be fake? Like maybe fake teeth." Other than that,
so many guys
with fake teeth.
Like, I hate that.
And you don't think like you don't look and think like. A lot of people are really thinking like you really like paid for a man to destroy your teeth with a drill, looking like one vampire.
Shout out to Castillo, fam.
I don't have the patience for that.
If you can, not to make fun of those people, but nowadays like even adults, like the people are so insecure, and social media plays such a big role. People wait for social media.
They've changed it now though. They changed it. I think like if you're 12 or 13, you can't get Instagram. You have to like.
They still can.
Age verify now. I'm pretty sure they changed it to age verify.
Fake your age.
Even back in the day, for Club Penguin, I was faking it. That's the social media we had. That was just like we would just play games. We play online games, but now.
Free and all that. You know what I'm saying?
I think you ask people. We've all asked each other, how do you fix that? And I think what it is you have to be strong enough as a parent to say your kid's not getting a phone until 18.
But then what if the kid goes into school and everyone else and they're getting bullied?
You got to affirm it.
They'll see the benefits like later on. Like
that's the thing about being a parent. You've got to know that sometime down the line they're gonna sit on a bus and like these men can't sit without their phone for 1 second. This guy's missed his stop like 10 stops ago because he was scrolling. Like they will see the benefit if, as a parent, you have constitution, and you will see the benefit as a person, as a man.
Just like
if you have
people are lazy nowadays to do that. Like they just, I don't feel like they care enough to like say no to their kids. Like they're following like trends on social media. Like just be a normal person.
Our generation definitely is very lazy, and like. I'm pretty sure if you go upstairs to some of like the
floors,
you're gonna see everyone on ChatGPT. Shout out to ChatGPT for
that's gotten her through all her assessments.
I would not have got higher
best innovation of the 2020s for sure.
Being AI is better though, can't lie.
Talking about ChatGPT, you've got to realize somebody made that.
Yeah, I know.
That's the thing, like somebody had it.
Someone's making millions of pounds right now.
Yeah, and they will continue to do that. And if you look at it and you think it's over, you're even more foolish because like the world is your oyster. You have all this knowledge. Like kids nowadays, and if you go to the right university, they're doing this at DMU, believe it or not.